I've played on the streets of New York for almost 5 years now. Some mornings are freezing, others sticky with summer heat, but every day I take my spot outside the same glass-fronted office building, my guitar case open on the ground, a few coins scattered inside. I, Malik Thompson, am a black man in my late 20s, carrying music in my hands and stories in my soul. Music has been my anchor since childhood. Growing up in Atlanta, my mother hummed melodies while cooking. My father tapped rhythms on the kitchen table. Even when times were tough, when bills piled up and the lights got turned off, music was the one thing that never left us. It carried us through storms, both literal and figurative. When I first moved to New York, I thought I would make it. A record deal, gigs at small clubs, recognition. Those dreams faded fast. Rejections piled up like unread letters. And the city, vibrant as it is, swallowed you whole if you weren't careful. So I found solace in the one thing that never failed me, my guitar. I play outside the office towers every morning, hoping to earn a few dollars, but more importantly, to keep my music alive. The streets are a stage, but an unpredictable one. People pass me without a glance. Some give a smile, a coin, a nod. Some glance at me with impatience, rushing past to their offices. Others, in tailored suits and glossy shoes, look right through me, as though a black street musician playing an old melody is just another fixture of the cityscape. There's a rhythm to my mornings. The winter cold bites at my hands. Summers, sun beats down on my back. I've learned to tune my guitar quickly, adjust my songs to the mood of the street, and sometimes, just sometimes, people pause. It was an ordinary Tuesday. I was playing my usual set, a haunting melody I had learned from a jazz album my father loved, soft, flowing, melancholic. My fingers moved over the strings almost on autopilot, eyes closed, feeling the music as I always did. That's when I noticed him. A tall, impeccably dressed white man stopped at the edge of the sidewalk. His posture was perfect, expression unreadable, yet there was something in his eyes that made me pause mid-strum. Most people barely glance. Few stop. He didn't check. His phone didn't adjust his tie. He simply stood there listening. I finished the song, expecting him to move along, but he stayed, leaning slightly forward as if the music had unlocked a memory long buried. That song, he said quietly, voice tinged with disbelief. I know that song. I blinked. Yeah? I replied cautiously. It's a jazz, standard. My father taught it to me. He shook his head slowly. No, it's more than that. I heard it when I was a boy. My mother played it on the piano every morning before school. I've never forgotten it. I stared at him. Everything about him screamed Wall Street CEO, white collar, leather briefcase, expensive watch. But here he was, eyes glistening slightly, holding on to a melody from decades ago. He didn't move closer, didn't ask for money. He just listened. The city noise buzzed around us, but in that moment, it was only the two of us and the guitar. Where did you learn this? He asked finally, almost whispering. Atlanta, I said. My parents taught me. Music was all we had. He studied, me intently as if searching for something in my posture, my hands, my very soul. Do you have recordings, sheet music, anything I could take with me? I shook my head. No. I just play it for people who will listen. He smiled faintly. Well, I'm listening, and I want others to hear too. Your music deserves to be heard. That evening, I sat in my small apartment, replaying the encounter in my head. I thought about my parents, both gone now, and how they had believed in me even when the world didn't. I remembered nights of playing on the streets, standing in the cold, coins clinking in my open guitar case, faces rushing by, some oblivious, some curious but fleeting. Music had kept me alive. It had been my only voice. And now, someone with influence, someone powerful, had heard me. A week later, he returned, this time with a camera crew and recording equipment. "I want to record you," he said simply. "Properly. Your music, it has to reach more people." I hesitated. Playing for coins was one thing. Playing for fame, for the world, that was different. I had never imagined it. "You don't have to leave your spot," he added. "We'll come to you." And so began the process. We recorded early mornings and late afternoons, sometimes on the streets, sometimes in quiet studios. He was meticulous but gentle, always reminding me that my music wasn't just entertainment, it was history, memory, and emotion woven into sound. Over the next months, I met other street musicians he had helped, people whose stories were also unheard, invisible until someone cared to listen. I shared my story. They shared theirs. Together, we realized that music didn't just bridge spaces, it bridged generations, colors, and struggles. One afternoon, I caught a young boy outside my usual spot, staring wide-eyed. He reminded me of myself, growing up, dreaming that music could change everything. I taught him a few chords. Seeing his excitement reminded me why I played, why I endured, why I refused to give up. The day my first album was released, the CEO called me personally. "Malik, people are listening. They feel it. Your music, it's touching hearts everywhere. I never imagined one song could bring me back to my childhood and also help someone like you be seen by the world." I thought of all those mornings on the street, the cold, the indifference, the coins in my guitar case. I thought of my parents, who taught me music was survival, and now it had survived me. It had survived him. It had survived all the people who never paused to listen. For a moment, the world felt whole. Different lives, different struggles, different colors, all connected by the same melody. Standing outside the office building one last time before my first national tour, I realized something profound. The world may try to ignore you, but your voice, your art, your story, if true, cannot be silenced. The CEO, once a stranger in a suit, had reminded me that recognition often comes unexpectedly through connection, memory, and shared human experience. And for the first time in a long while, I felt truly seen. I whispered a quiet thank you to my parents, to the streets that raised me, and to every morning spent playing, hoping someone would listen. Music had brought us together. Music would carry us forward.